Hey Summit County, it's Steele Spence and I am here with Clare Gallagher. We are at the North Face store here in Breckenridge. Clare, welcome onto the show.
Thanks.
Fellow Coloradan here. Clare, you've been making waves in endurance sport races recently. Can you tell us a little bit about your summer?
Sure. This past summer, I did a really big race in Tahoe called Western States, which is a 100-miler, and I actually DNF'd, did not finish at mile 93, which was a bummer. I was in third at the time. So then I spent most of July in Colorado running on mountains. My injury healed, and then I just was in Chamonix in Europe in the Alps for there's a race series called UTMB, which is arguably the biggest in the world and the most competitive, and I did a 100K called CCC, which stands for the 3 cities it goes through. Courmayeur, Italy, it starts in Italy.
On the Italian side of the Alps.
Yeah, exactly. Then goes through Switzerland, and then ends in Chamonix in France. And yeah, I won that race, so.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
That's a big one.
Thanks.
And those are some steep mountains out there.
Yeah, very, very, very steep. I brought poles, and if you start the race with poles, you have to finish it with them, and I actually hated them. I immediately put my poles away after the first climb, and I just was like hand on knees, sort of more like North American style, because all the Euros use poles, but I was repping Colorado.
So growing up here in Colorado, you were born and raised Colorado native, right?
Yeah.
Nice. Where are you from?
I'm from Englewood. I went to Cherry Creek High School. And I've spent a lot of time in Montezuma. My family has a cabin up there, so very near and dear to my heart. And in Silverthorne, I've worked at the dam for a summer.
Oh, come on.
Yep, Dillon Dam Brewery all the way.
Nice. That's great. And you competed in the Leadville 100, one of our big
yes, that was last summer.
Nice. How did that go?
Yeah, it was my first big win, and I'm relatively young for ultra running. I was 24 at the time last summer, and so yeah, it was awesome to win and like a home field and up
at 10,000 feet as well. How does living in Colorado, training here, how does that kind of help you in your sport?
I really believe in altitude training, and it really adapts. I adapt well to it. So like that's the main difficult part of Leadville. Leadville is really not a difficult running race because there's a lot of flat parts of it. But it's the altitude that is what kills people because it makes it impossible to eat. But I have a pretty strong stomach, and then I love altitude. Like 10,000 feet it's obviously slower, but I would way prefer to be training high, racing lower, or training high and racing high. It's like can't be beat. And even in the Alps, you feel like you're in like the highest mountains in the world, but they're nothing compared to yourself.
To Colorado, that's right. And having support from North Face, they're a great brand to have your back in this kind of thing. What are some of the things that North Face can kind of bring to the table as a support for you as an athlete?
I think North Face is really supportive just in my endeavors in terms of racing and travels and basic logistics, but the bigger thing that I'm proud of North Face doing is taking a stand, like a vocal stand on political issues, which people are so cliche, oh, I don't want, to hear about politics with my outdoor time, and I think it's BS personally. So, standing up for public land usage and the recent campaign, Walls Are Meant for Climbing, they're not outwardly saying like resist or, but I think it's to have the privilege to be able to spend like a life in the outdoors. We have to give it back and talk about actual things that matter, not just running, because running can be kind of lame if you just talk about running all the time.
Bigger picture stuff. You get behind that. I like it.
So I love it.
Nice. So good to have you here at the North Face store in Breckenridge.
Thanks.
Like home, right?
Yeah, go Colorado, rep
That's right. Best of luck in the upcoming season. Thank you so
Appreciate
much. We'll be right back with more TV8 Summit after this.